Hi everyone, I'm Anna, a registered TCM practitioner. A few years ago, I remember walking out of the swimming pool after a cupping session. My bag was covered with these huge dark red purple circles. Some people actually come up to me and asked, "Are you okay? Did something happen to you?" And maybe you've seen the same thing, not just as your local pool, but on world-class athletes. During the big competitions, it's not a unusual spot to those same round market on their back and shoulders. To many, they look like bruises from a fight, but in reality, they are from an ancient healing therapy called cupping. When you hear the word cupping, maybe that's the first image that comes to mind. Or perhaps you've heard people describe it as just a detox method or a way to draw out bad blood. For me, my first cupping experiences were at Korean bathhouses. I always felt lighter and more relaxed afterward. But back then, I had no idea there was such a deep mechanism behind it. It wasn't until I began treating patients myself that I realized the cupping isn't just about that feels good moment. It actually created powerful changes in the body, supported both by traditional ancient medicine by modern science. And today, I want to share two unforgettable patient stories from my own clinic. Stories that alleviate the TCM principles behind the cupping and show how medicine today explains this remarkable effect. A man in 60s came in more than a year after a car accident. He was heavily limping. His left leg was visibly swollen compared to the right, hard, heavy, and even colder to the touch. The skin felt dry and rough, almost lifeless. His face said it all. "I've tried everything. Nothing works." When I first applied the cups, I was shocked. No blood came out. Normally, when you do wet cupping, you'll see the small drops of blood pretty quickly. But with him, nothing. For almost 2 months, still nothing. The leg simply has no circulation, completely blocked. Then, about 3 months in, I saw it. Tiny, delicate beads of blood, like a sweat droplets, forming under the cup. It gave me goosebumps. From that day on, the stagnant dark blue blood, what we called stasis blood, started to come out little by little. Sometimes it was thick and clotted like old pus. Sometimes long, thin, black strands came out, almost like threads. Eventually, small cups of congealed blood would appear with each session as we drew this out. The leg became warmer. The muscles slowly filled in again. 6 months later, he was walking on both feet without a limp. Yes, we combined the coughing with acupuncture, heat therapy, and herbal medicine. But the foundation of his recovery was the coughing. Story 2. Another patient, a man in his 30s of Indian descent, came to me after a severe accident. He could barely walk, using two canes, shuffling forward with the small steps. After 1 month of treatment, he was down to one cane. By month 4, he walked in without any. As we continued, the dark dual color of his leg changed to a healthy pink red. Even the texture of his blood improved. It came thinner, cleaner, more vibrant. This was circulation being resolved in real time. Why does the cupping work like this? The TCM view. In traditional Asian medicine, we call this condition yuxie, stagnant blood that is stuck and no longer nourish the tissues. In ancient text Ling Shu Jing, it says, when blood is blocked, open the pathway and let it out. Cupping doesn't just suck blood out, it opens blood's pathway, resolves the flow of qi and blood, and brings life back to the area. That's why you see the change in warmth, color, sensation, and even muscle function. How science explains it. Modern researchers backs this up. Capillary expansion, blood flow under the skin can increase up to 4 times. Immune activation, reduce the inflammatory cytokine like interleukins. Pain relief, stimulate endorphin release, relax the muscle tension. Tissue regeneration, boost growth factor that helps the damaged tissue heal. In these simple terms, coughing gives your body the condition it needs to heal itself. The blood you see is not the goal, it's the process, the way block the circulation gets reopened so your body can switch it into repair mode. Neck and shoulder pain example. You see when your neck suddenly stiffened or your shoulders feel like a stone, and there's that sharpened stabbing pain at the back of your head. In those moments, just a little targeted cupping can bring instant relief. That's our feelings where the pain drops, your breathing eases, and your head feels clear again. I've seen this countless times in my clinic. Patients often say, it's like weight has lifted, or my whole body feels lighter. Now, cupping isn't a magic cure for every disease, but with the right diagnosis, skilled hands, and the right combination with the acupuncture or herbs, it can be a powerful key to the restoring the body. That's why I tell my friend, if you are in too much pain, to make it to the clinic, or if you cost are concerned, learn to safety to the cupping session at home every couple of weeks. It's not a replacement for professional care, but it can be a great maintenance tool. Of course, safety first. Always get proper guidance on where and how to do it. In my next video, I'll share the different type of cupping, how to match them to your needs, and how to use cupping safely and effectively at home. Thanks for watching. Always. Bye.